Hey guys, this is Miss Jacobson. Today we're going to go back over nonfiction text features and some of the things that they help us understand. So what are text features? Authors include text features to help the reader better understand what they're reading. They include information that you might not find in the text itself, so that may not be in the actual article. And we can find those text features in textbooks, in magazine articles, newspapers, reports, web pages, all sorts of nonfiction text. Our first nonfiction text feature is a table of contents. A table of contents lists the major parts of a book along with the page numbers. Part of the thing that the table of contents does is it helps you understand what is going to be in the book, so all of the different topics are the main ideas, and it can help you figure out where to look for different information. For instance, all about plants. If you have a question about plants, you're going to look under all about plants. And then if you're looking for a specific trait about plants, you would look at the specific pages that are included in the plants section to figure out what it is you're looking for. So if you wanted to find out about animal lives, you would look at and where an animal lives, you would look at page 3, animal habitats. An index, on the other hand, is at the back of a book, and it's an alphabetical listing of all of the key terms, all the names, the events, all of the different topics. If you're looking for a specific topic or a specific date or a specific person who's mentioned in the text, you can flip to the back, and what that's going to do is it's going to give you a listing of all the places in the book where that particular topic is mentioned. A glossary is a list of key terms of vocabulary. They are in alphabetical order. It's like a mini dictionary in the back of a nonfiction book. Sometimes a glossary will also tell you how to pronounce a word, but the main point of a glossary is that they can look up those key words. For instance, in a science textbook, you might look up photosynthesis, and it would help you understand by explaining to you what photosynthesis is. Now we're on to the stuff that you'll see even in articles. So make sure you're paying attention because you will have nonfiction on your star. One nonfiction text feature is the title. Titles tell the reader the topic of the text. They show the main idea. They help the reader by letting them know what they're about to read. Titles focus the reader on a topic so they can make connections about what they already know and what's in the text. So if you look at the newspaper articles, those newspaper articles are all talking about space, and you could tell because all of the articles have headlines about space. Our next text feature is subheadings. Subheadings divide the text into different sections, and they'll tell you the main idea of each section of the text. So it's like a mini title just for one particular section of the text. They are printed in large font or colored font or bold font to help you find them, to make them stand out, and that'll help you figure out where to look for specific information. So for instance, if we were looking for fire ants, we would look at the subheading types of ants because we are looking for a specific type of ant. The next text feature is bolded, colored, or italic text. That means bold is when it's like really dark. Color is obviously when it's colored text, and italics is when it's slanted. So the style and the color of the text sends the reader signals about how to read the content. Keywords are often bolded or in color. If something is in italics, then it might be part of a caption, it may be a book title, or something else that needs to stand out but it's not a key term. Text in bold, color, or italics draws the reader's attention to important information. And the words in italics help the reader by focusing the reader on the answer to a question. Okay, photographs and illustrations. These are probably some of y'all's favorite parts of nonfiction articles. Photos and illustrations give information in a visual way. They help tell the story. They work with the words and the headings to help teach the material. So for instance, if you're talking about manatees, then a photo of a manatee helps you picture it in your brain if you don't know what they look like. And it helps the reader have a clear idea of what's in the text if there was something that was unclear otherwise. For instance, what a manatee looks like. Captions are words that you find underneath an illustration or a picture, and they help the reader understand something that may or may not be found in the text. A text box is when you have like a magazine article. For instance, this is a picture of Scope right here, and they'll have an article of some sort, and then the text box is over here to the side, and you can see it's just kind of its own separate little box of text, and it's going to include information that's about the topic, but it's extra information. It can help you understand stuff. It's something that the author wants you to know, but they're not taking away from the main text that they're telling you, the main idea that they're telling you. The text box helps create interest for the reader. It's emphasizing important information. Maps, these are really easy to identify. Maps show you the shape of the land, geographical, political, or historical features. They present information to you in a visual form. Mainly, they can either help the reader understand where an event happens or how far away an event took place, including any special features of the area that it took place in. Like, okay, if you look at this map, here's a river, here's a forest, here's a lake, and that helps you understand the story somehow. A diagram is a drawing that shows or explains something. To understand a diagram, the reader has to read the title of the diagram, the labels, for instance, these are labels, any captions on the diagram, and any numbered parts of the diagram. And they help the reader understand steps or how objects are made or information in the text. Tables organize numbers, organize data, organize calendars, organize amounts, and they put them in a visual way so that instead of having to think, okay, how does that compare to this other number, we can visually see. Tables help the reader compare information in the text. Timelines are exactly what they sound like. They show important events in chronological or time order, and they help the reader understand the order of events and how one event may lead to another.